Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Jeff at Lockdown Security, www.lockdownsecurity.ca. And today I'm bringing a video on this beautiful 2013 Porsche 911. And what we did to this was we added wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto to the Porsche PCM 3.1 factory radio. And how we did that was we used a ZZ2, or in the States, ZZ2. IT2 PCM 3.1 interface. Now what this is you can read on the label, it's a wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto interface for Porsche vehicles equipped with the PCM 3.1 system. So this particular unit will work on all Porsches that have PCM 3.1. So off the top of my head, I believe it's the 911, the Cayenne, the Boxster, the Macan, and possibly the Cayman, but I'm not sure if the Cayman came with PCM 3.1. So I'm just gonna leave that there. So you know what? I'm gonna hop in to the car, leave that on the seat, and I'm gonna show you how this interface works. We also, just for reference, actually, I forgot to mention, installed a Riding Duo backup camera right there in the center of the vehicle. So this interface has a backup camera input, also has a front camera input. We did not install the front camera input. So as you'll see, this is the CarPlay interface. It's currently working via wireless CarPlay. It's connected to this iPhone right here that's on the dash. So this is basically your CarPlay. This again is the factory PCM. If I go to Porsche and if I hit the Navi button, it takes it off of that. If I go to tuner, I go to AM, FM. So you'll see this is, if you're a Porsche owner, you'll be familiar with the PCM 3.1 user interface. If I want to go back to CarPlay, I just hit the Navi button. And I gotta wait. This is the interfaces menu. So I can go to setup. You can see basically lots of different setup options. This is the menu if you want to change the audio settings, if you want to do pairing to the phone for wireless CarPlay or wireless Android Auto. This is the screen that you would go to. If you want to do an update, this is also the screen. So I'm just gonna go back. Turn that down actually. Go back to CarPlay. So essentially this is the CarPlay interface and the CarPlay graphic user interface, I should say. If I want to, I can basically put it in reverse. That's the backup camera. This particular vehicle has an aftermarket parking sensor, so that's what that beep was in the background. And it switches off when I put it into drive. And then if I go back to park, obviously it'll go back to CarPlay here. So with CarPlay, you get phone, you get messages now playing, you get the Porsche menu, which is the actual PCM 3.1. You get to use Google Maps. So here we go right here. Spotify works through it. Your telephone works through it. And then you can go to your home menu. Now, I want to talk about the install of this interface. So the install of this interface is a little bit tricky. It's actually not that difficult, but it does require some finesse. You have to take the PCM 3.1 radio out. You have to open the radio, and you have to put an actual circuit board inside the radio with ribbon cables that intercept the factory touchscreen. So it's not really a do-it-yourself install unless you feel comfortable doing that. I have to warn everybody that if you do try and do it yourself, you know, there is a risk of damaging the radio. But if you're relatively mechanically inclined, it's pretty straightforward. Now, on our YouTube channel, we don't show how-to videos, but if anybody has a question in terms of how this comes apart, or you have any questions on how to do the install, let me know, and I can certainly answer any questions you may have. All of the parts are included in this ZZ2 box. So you get the interface, you get the circuit board that goes in the radio, all the ribbon cables that you need. Instructions are somewhat okay. Let me just show you. I'll give you an idea. So here's the instructions right here. So this gives you an idea of the install process. That's the inside of the radio. Now, this particular car was equipped with factory Sirius satellite radio. So in this particular car, there was a tuner on top of this circuit board piece. So threw me for a little bit of a loop, but the kit still works even if it has factory Sirius radio. Just be aware that you don't have as much space inside the radio if it's got the factory Sirius tuner. What else do I want to talk about? I want to talk about where we had to put the ZZ2 interface module. Now, a lot of times you will mount it behind this radio, but in this particular instance, there's not enough room behind the radio. So I had to actually run it and mount it up behind the parking brake. We ran the USB cable which is the lightning cable for CarPlay, because this guy's an Apple user, to the passenger side. Now, we will be putting a phone mount here, so that's why we have it basically externally mounted. Also, I forgot to mention, inside of here on the factory auxiliary port, it's hard for you to see. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a muting plug right there. It's like a shorting plug. That plug has to be in there. So if I turn this up, you may be able to hear that. Oh. So I'm just going to put this back in here. Sorry for those of you who are watching this. So essentially that's going to be what we use to get audio. You need to have that plug present. If you don't have that plug present, then you will not have any audio on the CarPlay interface. So I just finished this install. I'm a little bit messy. I'm pretty hot. If you or someone you know is looking for a CarPlay interface for your Porsche, do call us, 1-866-824-4118. Visit us on the web. We do have this all listed on our website. Again, this is a CarPlay and Android Auto interface on the factory Porsche PCM 3.1 radio. We would love to assist you. We are based in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, actually in Markham, Ontario, Canada, just north of Toronto. And if you like this video, hit the like button. If you could, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It goes a long way to help us make more videos like this in the future. And we hope you enjoyed Apple CarPlay on this factory Porsche radio. Thank you.